Ashland's latest innovation, the Ground Hog scraper, was the result of listening to small contractors and landscapers' ability to move material on small job sites cost-effectively. The Ground Hog 2500 is a 2.5 cubic yard dump-style scraper that mounts directly onto the universal quick attach hitch. By leaving the loader arms fully lowered to the bulkhead of the main frame of the multi-terrain loader, we're pushing through the framework of the power unit and not the loader arms. The Ground Hog controls are operated completely by the auxiliary hydraulic system of the power unit. When Ashland looked at this project, we did not approach it as a new type of attachment for a skid steer, but more as a total package, enabling power units to be more than just track loaders, but rather as an earth-moving solution for small contractors and landscapers. By connecting an Ashland Ground Hog scraper to your compact track loader, you basically have a small self-propelled track earth mover with the maneuverability of a skid steer. The smooth ride the track system provides and the 2-speed transport feature allows you to increase your production dramatically without feeling beat up at the end of the day. Your ability to carry 3 to 4 times the payload than a bucket is made possible because of the pair of 11L by 15 front caster wheels. These high flotation tires not only carry up in soft material, but more importantly carry a large portion of the total weight. When cutting, these tires act as gauge wheels, preventing the blade from diving in or gouging. This allows you to level or finish your job site with complete control, quickly and accurately. When loading, the center blade begins to load the middle of the bowl first, which allows you to keep the material moving or boiling within the bowl. By keeping the material moving, you're able to develop a higher ground speed, which provides you bigger and quicker loads. Once you develop this large load, it's up to the apron to prevent you from losing it while transporting. The mechanical linkage will open the apron fully while loading and unloading the bowl. However, while transporting, the apron will shut automatically to fully capture the load within the bowl. The universal mounting plate is secured to a heavy-duty pivoting rock shaft mounted close to the bowl. An oversized 3-inch ball bushing allows the rock shaft to pivot independently from the power unit. Ashland, an earth moving company, fully understands that weight in motion, unless controlled, is the limiting factor to increasing your production. You see, traditional buckets for skid steers and track loaders are sized according to the ability of the power unit to safely support the weight. Now, when you put the machine into motion, especially in uneven ground, the weight gains momentum, making the power unit very unstable. The Ground Hog, on the other hand, controls the weight in motion by moving a large portion of it to the front caster wheels. At the rear of the machine, the pivoting rock shaft allows for sudden weight shifts to move freely from the power unit to the front caster wheels. After all, it is much easier and less stressful to roll the weight rather than to carry it. The possibilities and applications of the Ground Hog are endless. Anything that has to do with moving material, the Ground Hog can do. Imagine all the things you're able to do on your own schedule without waiting for a costly detached tractor trailer. Haul your equipment with a 50-wheel trailer and a 1-ton truck. The results are amazing. To see the patented Ground Hog machine for yourself, please contact your local Ground Hog dealer or contact Ashland Industries directly, toll free 877-634-4622, or visit us on the web at www.ashlandind.com. Let Ashland show you how every day should be a Groundhog Day.
From anyone that looks at it, anyone I've had look at it, they say the same things I did. That'll never work. It's too much weight for that machine. You know, or more than that, what is that? You know, no one even knows what it is. But once you run it and you see how much that axle takes off the machine, it's, you know, it changes your mind real quick. Because it, to me, is no more wear than a bucket. If I were trying to market it, it would be one of those you just have to run it to believe it or see it to believe it, you know, because it's the same way I was. If I would have just seen this machine sitting out there for sale, I would have never, you know, just purchased it just because I would have thought automatically, as a rule of thumb, it wouldn't work. But it's just like skid steer loaders in the past 10 years. They've came a long way. Used to, people didn't even want to use them. You know, they thought, well, they could do the same thing with backhoes and all. But all this stuff is getting smaller, but yet, say this implement here, you can do a lot more with this machine here than you could have ever imagined with just a skid steer loader, you know.
Put that much weight on there.
No, it's not a whole lot different than carrying a full loaded bucket. I mean, really, because all your weight is out on your front axle. It's carrying the majority of the weight. Of course, you've got your big tires and, you know, that heavy axle, so it takes the majority of the weight off the machine. It's rolling the weight rather than trying to handle it. Actually, you're only cutting as much as the machine will cut anyway. It's just capturing the dirt in a larger volume and handling it. Me saying handle it mean you have another axle up here handling the majority of the weight, so you're just capturing as much dirt as you would anyway. You're not cutting any more than you actually could with a bucket. It's actually less, I mean, in my opinion, it's less wear on your machine because you can only cut, you know, 6 to 8 increments at a time, to where if you have an operator with a bucket on it, I mean, he could just, you know, bury the bucket, you know, try prying and, you know, just hurting your machine, to where with this you can only go so far and that's it. But the weight, I mean, once you load the weight, it's not really any much more strain on the machine, because I mean, it's rolling weight. It's not dead weight like a bucket. Anything you put in a bucket, your machine itself's having to handle. And I guess that's why they proportion buckets to the sizes of machines too. But with this, no, yeah, you have a lot more support. It's not dependent on the machine to keep the grade. You've got 2 tires out in front that are staying basically on the grade that's in front of you, and you're only cutting 6 inches of that at the most. So it's not a very big variable there, to where if you were just hooked straight to the machine without an axle up front. You know, when you're carrying 3 times the amount of dirt that you can carry with a bucket, I think people will become to like it, you know, real fast. I mean, they'd have to, because they're getting their job done quicker and with less wear and tear on their machine. No, it's less stress in my opinion, because it's carrying the weight and it's rolling weight. It's not dead weight. You know, like a bucket or any other implement, it's just dead weight sitting there. Nothing else to help support it. It's just sitting there. Okay, we have a dozer on this job right now. This morning, he's cutting fine grade in this spot. Well, over in this spot, we're needing to move, you know, a foot of dirt, you know, over a 100 by 50 pad. Well, while he's finished grading, I'm over here moving the dirt. Okay, I'm grading it up. I'm doing the same thing he's doing with the dozer. I'm cutting it, but I'm loading it. I'm not just pushing it into a pile somewhere for a loader to have to come, a big wheel loader to have to come, scoop up and take behind the curb. I'm doing it all by myself. So it allows him to be free over here. Well, then by the time I'm done here, I can go be backfilling curb, and he can be finished grading that. You know, it's a time saver. That's what I mean by support piece of equipment. It lets you, it enables you to get your job done so much faster, saving fuel, time, everything, labor, cost efficient. I mean, I mean, it is versatile and it is flexible. I mean, but at the same time, you're doing more with it. And as a whole, it's a lot less expensive of a machine. You know, even with the machine that pushes this implement, is so much cheaper than any other piece, you know, a person will buy. Say you take an excavator, all you can do is dig dirt and you can load it into a truck, or you can pile it in a pile next to you. But you can't move that material 100 feet or 200 feet or 100 yards, whatever, with that same piece of equipment, cost effectively. You know, you can't walk a track hoe. I mean, so for the money, you know, I'm saying for the machine and the implement, 60, 70,000. There's nothing else out there that will cut, load, haul, and dress for the same amount of money. There's nothing.